Yeah, and of course, Republicans acting shocked, just absolutely shocked that phone calls would be made from generals and other people inside of an administration where a president was trying to overturn the results of a Democratic election. Mike Barnicle, these people are children. It might help them to actually read history books and understand that this has happened before. It has happened at times when presidents were not in the best shape, as Donald Trump was not in good shape. Well, I would say for his entire presidency, but especially after January the 6th. You can go back to October of 1973, during the Arab-Israeli War of 1973. The war was in its fourth or fifth day. It was escalating towards a possible nuclear war. And Henry Kissinger was fielding calls from 10 Downing Street. They wanted to speak with Nixon. Nixon was drunk. He was depressed. He was unable to speak. And Kissinger said no. And for large history records from, over the next 6, 7, 8 months, you had Kissinger, you had Brent Scowcroft, you had Alexander Haig and others from time to time calling our allies, calling our enemies, and assuring them that everything was going to be okay. The United States wasn't going to act in a way that would start a world war. That's what leaders have to do from time to time, and there's nothing shocking and new about it.
You know, Joe, I think there was also one other added character. I believe it was the Secretary of Defense, James Schlesinger. I think he was SecDef at the time, but you are absolutely right. I mean, they don't acknowledge history today in the Republican Party. They don't acknowledge a lot of other things as well, but history especially. And the Secretary of Defense, along with everyone else that you just mentioned, they had more or less an understanding, and they passed that understanding down to underlings, especially within the Pentagon, within the Defense Department, that if there was any rattling coming out of the Oval Office about the potential use of nuclear weapons, President Nixon at the time, extremely unbalanced, they were to report back up to the SecDef or back to the National Security Advisor before any action at all was taken. This is just common sense. It's called public safety. And certainly you can make a strong case that during the conclusion of the former guy's presidency, there were a lot of people, both in the House and the Senate, on both sides of the aisle, Republican and Democrat, worried specifically about what we've just been talking about here for the last few minutes. And of course, today, given the divisions in this country, this is going to play out on Twitter. This is going to be completely polarized. Either there's going to be, General Milley as a traitor or General Milley as a patriot. That's already started to occur. And let's stick to the facts. And the facts are we had an unbalanced presidency for most of 4 years, but especially unbalanced in the last 2 months. And we're still living that unbalance out every day. Year.
Well, and think about what they're upset with Milley about doing.
Yeah.
They're upset that he's calling a leader in China saying, don't think you can take advantage of the United States of America. Democracy can be chaotic, but we're strong, we're solid, we're in good shape. Nothing's going to happen. We're not going to act erratically, and you're not going to take advantage of us. I'm sorry, Republicans don't like this? This is something, are you so stupid? I just got to ask, are you so stupid? Are you so ignorant of how things work that you don't know that from time to time generals talk to generals? Diplomats talk to diplomats, and they send that message, hey, things look kind of crazy in the United States right now. Don't take advantage of this situation. Don't take advantage of it because we're solid. This is something you want a guy to be fired for? Can you grow up a little bit? I'm asking, seriously, can you stop playing for your Twitter feed or the lowest common denominator, like in your district? Because this is really about America's national security. And I'm absolutely fascinated by the fact that you're attacking a general for telling China, you better not take advantage of us because the United States is strong. Things get messy once in a while, but that's called democracy, something that you don't know anything about. But China, let me assure you, America is just fine. We're not going to start wars, and we're not going to let you take advantage of us. Now, if you want to attack General Milley because he was sending a message to China that they better not try to take advantage of the United States of America. You put yourself on that side of history. My God, some of you are already on the side of covering up an insurrection against the United States government. So I guess really you might as well double down. You might as well keep playing your game as a day trader politically and see how poorly that works for you. As for me, as for most Americans, we are glad that General Milley stood up and told the Chinese, the United States of America is just fine. Things get a little chaotic in democracies. Don't try to take advantage of us. And don't even think that we're going to provoke anybody and start a war because of a domestic problem we're having at home right now.